On today's video, we're going to outline the 5 strategies that you need to be implementing and utilizing to retain your most talented people so you can avoid those tough conversations with your best employees putting in their 2 weeks notice. Hey everyone, welcome to the Nenni and Associates Executive Search channel. I'm Jim Schaefer, and we're focused here on providing you with tools and resources for interviewing, hiring, and recruiting. So if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. We hope you're getting value out of this content. And if you get to the end of the video, if you have questions, please drop them in the comments below. Or if you have ideas for future videos, I'd love to hear from you. So let's get into today's video. Have you ever lost a really good employee? Like when they put in their 2 weeks notice, you cringed a little bit and you were like, crap, what do you mean you're leaving? I had no idea that you were unhappy. So when some employees do that, you take a sigh of relief. You're like, well, I was looking to get rid of that person anyway. But for good people, you take this inhale, right? You're like, what am I going to do now? How am I going to retain Bob? He's our best guy. I had no idea that he was unhappy. So you start scrambling, you start trying to figure out a plan. Can we counteroffer him? Can we get the budget improved? Can we put together a leadership plan for him to retain him because we can't afford to lose this guy? But by that point, it's usually too late. Even if you get the counteroffer approved, even if it gets signed off by Bob, he decides to stay, things are never the same, right? The relationship's been fractured and you can't uncrack the egg, right? So how can we be proactive about this? I think the first thing that we need to be doing is we need to recruit people initially who fit our culture. In order to do that, you got to know what your culture is, right? Is it hierarchical, right? Is it a family culture, or do you have a culture that's purely based on performance, right? Know what your culture is and recruit people on the front end who fit your culture initially. And the second thing you should be doing is invest in personal development, right? Talented people, good people want companies that are going to invest in them. And I'm not just talking about a book club here, right? We're talking about maybe going to a leadership conference, or maybe we're going to a specific sales training or technical certification training, right? Look for ways to constantly invest in your people because good people want to grow. They want to increase and they want areas of personal development that they can improve in, and you as a leader need to continue to invest in them. The third thing that you need to be doing is empower your employees to make decisions. So when it comes to spending and purchasing, if the dollar amount is below X, you make the call, you don't need to come to me. And give them a runway to create and operate within your company and within your business unit, right? Give them a lot of latitude to make decisions. And the fourth thing that we need to be doing is ask your employees who they want to be, right? Is there a long-term vision? Do they want your job? Do they want to become the CEO? Right? Sit down and have that conversation with them, because most leaders don't. Right? When they talk about their employees and they ask them that question, they probably have no idea who this person wants to become within the company. And then once you identify that, sit down and develop a plan on how you can help them get there. Good people, talented people, the people that you want on your team, they want to grow, they want to develop. So sit down and figure out and ask that question, who do you want to become? And the fifth and final thing is transparency of problems. Now that doesn't mean that you need to show them the checking account and say, hey, we got $500 left here. I don't know how we're going to make it. The ship is sinking. Nothing like that, right? But when transparency of problems come into play, let them know, hey, things are a little bit tight right now, especially during COVID-19, right? Every company is facing some sort of challenge, and most of the time it is going to be financially. So let your employees know, especially the good ones, what's going on and be transparent with what the problems are. Now, you also want to avoid, this Pollyannish view, right? We don't need to be super positive. Hey, everything's going to be great. I got this covered. Don't worry about it, right? Good people are going to see right through that. Think about it like you're driving a car. You're cruising along going 75 miles an hour, like a lot of companies were pre-COVID-19, right? Things were pretty good then. You're cruising along. You're not going to immediately throw it into reverse. You're going to probably downshift and shift into neutral. So think about getting into this neutral state, right? The neutral state where you can collect your thoughts, you can look at your team, you can look at the organization, you can look at the industry, and then you develop a plan. You develop a strategy on how you're going to take the team out of this, how you're going to rally your organization together. You're going to put them on your back. Hey, I got the plan. I need your help doing it, but this is the direction that we're going. Good people will respect that, and that's where that transparency of problems comes into play. So that's it for today's video. I'm sure there are more than 5 ways to retain good employees. So if you have any other ideas, please drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And again, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel. If you're finding value in this content, hit the like button, share it with a friend or a colleague. Until next time, I'm Jim Schaefer, and we'll catch you on the next video.